One of the key figures of the Enlightenment was the German philosopher Immanuel Kant. His transcendental idealism theory, which contends that human knowledge is constrained by the circumstances of human experience, and that the objects of knowledge are merely appearances rather than actual things, is his most well-known contribution. The categorical imperative, which directs us to follow general moral norms that respect the worth and autonomy of rational beings, is another ethical framework proposed by Kant. Kant's writings have inspired numerous branches of philosophy, particularly political philosophy, ethics, aesthetics, and epistemology. Now let's see the quotes. Act in a way that respects humanity as a goal in and of itself rather than just as a means to an objective, whether it be in your own person or in the person of anyone else. The more frequently and strongly the mind of thinking is drawn to the starry sky above me and the moral code within me, the more astonishment and awe they inspire in the mind. If peace is to rule on earth, humans must transform into new creatures who have mastered the ability to see the big picture first. A person who is terrible to animals is equally brutal to people. The treatment a man has for animals says a lot about him as a person. Everyone has something they can do, someone they can love, and something they can hope for. These guidelines will help you be happy. Nature is beautiful because it is like art, and art can only be called beautiful if we can distinguish it from nature despite how similar the two are. The peak of false art and silly wisdom also coincides with their final phases of decay. Both endure for a while but finally expire. Genius is the ability to independently come at and understand concepts that would ordinarily require instruction from a third party. Space and time are the framework that the mind is compelled to use, to construct its perception of reality. We allow no one to be of a different opinion in any judgments, by which we describe anything as lovely. Marriage is the union of two heterosexual people with the intention of living together as one sexual unit for the rest of their lives. Without theory, experience is blind, but without experience, theory is merely mental games. In contrast to popular belief, morality is not primarily a philosophy on how to make ourselves happy, but rather on how to make ourselves deserving of happiness. Although experience is the source of all of our knowledge, this does not imply that experience is the source of knowledge. Avoid asking for general acceptance. Doing so is rarely successful. But instead of counting the voices, weigh them, search for the evidence of a few. Thoughts without content are empty, and intuitions without concepts are blind. The overwhelming majority of people think that the road to competence is very dangerous. Reality would be a wilderness, a thing done in vain, and without ultimate meaning without man and his capacity for moral advancement. Act solely in a manner that enables you to concurrently wish that the maxim be a universal law. A categorical imperative states that a specific action is objectively necessary for its own sake without consideration of any other objectives.